funny. It was just the best. It was honestly the best. Okay, so for those of you that were there, and then those of you that weren't, I kind of created a flow based on some of the things we did yesterday. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this makes sense to me. So we're gonna kind of recreate what that felt like, or what that was like. And it was, obviously we're telling jokes about it, but pretty magical, right? For everybody that was there. And then obviously very magical when we get to show up and breathe with each other every single day. But it felt like, I think like a couple people came up to me and they were like, we cried in the beginning. And you're just like, oh. It's just very cool. It was just very cool to all show up and do that. So feeling really honored and grateful to be a part of this community always, but especially today. And honored and grateful to be a teacher on this platform is kind of an understatement. So feeling grateful for you all. That's really the intention, showing up, getting on our mats. And we're going to start in child's pose. And I think we always kind of talk about this intention, but Sophie was talking about the idea of oneness. And I kind of took that through and just talked about understanding the idea of oneness. I think really comes from being one with self. And Vu, you said that at the end, where, you know, we condition ourselves, typically we condition ourselves to never be alone. We really like to be around people, but regardless if that's your tendency, maybe you're introverted, extroverted, you like alone time, you don't, your mat allows you and almost forces you in a way to come to that sense of oneness, right? You're involved in your movement, your breath, your body for a full hour on your mat, within the four corners, we say, within the four corners of your mat. So no matter where this mat belongs, we talked about that last night too, no matter where this mat belongs, we have people that have practiced all over the world, people that travel and practice this mat, this practice, this body, it comes with you, and that's rare. This practice is something you can take anywhere. You're not going to forget it at home. It's not something you have to pack. As long as your body's there, your breath is there, this practice is there. That's kind of magic. So maybe we were within four walls at one point. Now we're outside of these four walls. The magic's still there. We feel that all the time. The oneness is still there. It's something we can't forget. It's something we can't get wrong. A lot of people said, because we went around talking about why yoga is important or what it's done for us, is that it's allowed us to be vulnerable, soft. We don't have to compete. It's perfect. It's a gift when you get on your mat. Because it's just exactly how it's supposed to be. It's exactly what it's meant to be every single time. As long as we allow it. And then in this child's pose, it's going to be just a little bit of a progression. So we're here, our chest is coming down towards the mat. And just start to reach the fingertips forward, and the hips are going to come up a little bit. So not in puppy pose yet, but the hips will reach up a little bit. You'll reach your fingers forward just a little bit. And your chest might soften and settle down towards the mat, but it might be a little bit lifted just because you're starting to come forward. And eventually, as we slide forward, we're going to use our breath. So you take an inhale. On your exhale, slide just a little bit more forward. The hips lift a little bit more, but still letting your chest go tighten. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, moving forward. Eventually, you're going to be in puppy pose. So little by little, breath by breath, you're going to come into puppy pose where the hips are stacked over the knees. You might take the forehead down or one cheek or the other. You're really feeling an opening through the chest and opening through the shoulders. You might even feel something through the upper back. So find your way there eventually. Then take some deep, long breaths when you arrive. I don't know why I had never really thought about it in that way, that we can't forget this practice. And this practice is perfect just as it is. You don't have to pack it. So if you travel or if you move location to location, you still have the energy, the breath of body to participate in this oneness. Doesn't matter where we are, who we're with. Yes, that can change the experience, but we're here. One more round of breath. Deep breath in. Try and soften the shoulders, the chest, everything on that full deep exhale. And then start to slide the hands underneath the shoulders, just coming to a tabletop position, letting the belly soften, and then maybe finding some cat-cows. Being mindful in the cat, because we were just at a big front line extension, so it could feel very different to have the protraction of the shoulder blades move away. It could maybe feel a little bit sticky to pull that tailbone underneath you, so just be soft, be gentle, be slow. And again, we'll be moving through some similar postures, similar sequences last night, just together in a different way. So you're experiencing yesterday, even if we weren't lucky enough to have you, we're lucky enough to have you now. Right away, start to extend the legs long, coming to downward facing dog, pedaling out one foot, then the other. Taking a deep breath in, maybe open mouth, exhale, length through the backs of the legs. A few more here. Rubbing the triceps back, really opening up through the upper back, pressing down through the pointer, the thumb. Equal distribution of the weight. Yeah, maybe find a little bit more length in the downward facing dog if it feels small or feels close together. And then on your inhale, lift the heels, then just drop both heels over to the left. You're going to press a lot of weight into that right leg. You can take most of the weight out of the left. Really send the hips up and back. You're going to feel a lot of stretch to the outside edge of the right leg. You might even just cross that left knee. So just take down the tiptoes, cross the left knee over towards the right as you send that right hip up just a little bit more. Take a deep breath in. Stay here for the exhale. Then on your inhale, come back through center, opposite side. So dropping both heels over to the right. Yeah, really pressing through the outside edge of the left foot. Right knee, maybe let it cross the midline. Same breath. Go ahead, next deep breath in, come back through center, high on the toes, slowly tiptoe the feet all the way up to meet the hands at the top of the mat. And then intentionally just find a nice ragdoll here for a moment, 2 breaths. And then after our second breath, you're going to pigeon toe to toe, so heels slightly out. And then we'll take a bend in one knee, then the other, just sort of flossing out to the outside edge of the legs. So your IT band, maybe up into the hips, maybe the backs of the legs you'll experience, but small bend one knee, small bend the other. Use your breath to get there. All the things that we have to remember to bring with us every single day in our bags, pockets, purses, cars, traveling, the lists that we make, the checklist of all the chargers. Know that this just comes with you. Start to bring the feet back parallel, head still hanging heavy. Take a big exhale and just let it soften. The next deep breath in, inhale here, spine long, upper back long, belly long, exhale, fold. Do that one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, extend it down, sweep the fingertips high, reach, reach, reach. Then right back down, hands through heart center, deep breath. halfway lift one more time. Inhale, finding the breath. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank, shift forward, lower all the way down to the mat. Taking a Salavasana, so arms down long by our side, palms facing down on the mat. It's kind of like that Superman, right? So your feet can lift on the inhale, hands can lift on the inhale. As you strengthen the upper back, engage the belly. Exhale, everything lowers to the mat. Do that 2 more times. Really think about zipping up through the belly, pulling the belly button up towards the sky, and letting everything soften as you come down. Yeah, palms facing down, reach them back long. You have 1 more, so 2 total. You're already there. Then just find a resting pose down on the mat. After your 3rd one, start to take the hands back underneath the elbows, tuck the toes, meet in downward facing dog. Could be through a high push-up or not. Send those hips up and back. Take a deep breath in through the nose, reset. Full open mouth, exhale, let it go. One more here, inhale. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Good inhale, sweep the right leg high. Find some movement, maybe a bend in the knee. Find some small circles, one way, then the other. Familiar but intentional. Right? Not out of habit like we talked about, it's intentional. Choose the pose that you want to take and let it feel good. Let the breath lead. Take an inhale, send that right leg high. Good, you guys. Exhale, step through lunge. Left knee lowers. Reach the fingertips high. Anjaneyasana, belly engaged, right hip points up. Then exhale, just bend in the elbows, lift the sternum. Inhale, reach high. One more time, just like that. Inhale, reach up, right hand grabs left wrist. Big lean over to the right, left side body. Just 1 round of breath. Take an inhale, find length. Exhale, stay. Inhale, back through center, reach up. Exhale, hands to mat, frame the right foot, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, pivot halfway to the left. It's so familiar but different. Maybe we were here yesterday together. Start to walk back towards the back of the mat, frame the left foot. Lower the left knee down right away and just send the hips back so the left leg is extended. Right hand outside of right knee, reach the left fingertips up and high and then over to the right. And we've done this before together, but you might trace lines side to side with the left toe. So to the right, to the left. We're really looking for length through that left hip in the back of the left leg. Then start to lower the left hand down. Just walk the hands towards the front right corner of the mat. So that left leg is still extended. Still send the hips back. Yeah, you guys got it. Yeah, send the hips back towards me. Perfect. Then walk the hands more, bend in the left leg. Frame that left foot, tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, standing splits. So you're grounding down through your left foot, sending that right leg high, floss it out. Maybe finding some Shivas. For some reason that feels good when we're like stretching, but not when I cue it as a strength pose. You're like, nah, I don't want to do that. But you can find some Shivas and then open up through the hips, almost like that half moon pose, maybe bend in the knee. What's gonna feel good in the creaky body this morning. And then on your exhale, when you're ready, right foot meets the left, forward fold. Right away, you're gonna sit into a chair. Sit the hips low, sweep the fingertips high. Maybe broad hands, pinkies in towards one another. Thumbs spinning out, soften the shoulders. Take an inhale. Engage the belly, big exhale. One more, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Stand tall, big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Strong belly, strong breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Option to come all the way down and really take those Salavasanas as your flow. Or maybe coming through that Chaturanga, lowering halfway, the upward facing dog, or choosing something completely different altogether, but meet me in downward facing dog. We meet in the same place no matter how we get there. Sophie say, she said it's oneness, not sameness. We all have our own individual practice. Take a deep breath in. Full deep breath out. This time left leg goes high. Maybe bend in the knee, floss it out, find some movement that feels good. Send it up, big inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through low lunge. Lowering the right knee down, up to the asana right away. Sweep the fingertips up, strong belly, hip points lift. On your exhale, big bend in the elbows, lift the sternum, lift through the chest. Yeah, feel the breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend it down. Inhale, reach, left hand grabs right wrist. Big forward. Take a deep breath in, feel the right side body length. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, come back through center. Hands to mat, frame the left foot, tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. Pivot halfway to the right, meet me in Prasarita. And just hang. Hang. Maybe gentle shift side to side. You might even take some Skandasanas if that's feeling good in your body. You've got about 3 breaths here. Where's the breath? Notice it. Let yourself hear it. Use it as a gauge or a guide even. So start to even out if you haven't already, coming through back to the center. Then take a halfway lift, arm flat back. Walk back towards the front of the mat, framing the right foot, lowering the left knee down, send the hips back. Why I'm on wet grass, nobody knows. Hand outside of left knee, reach the right fingertips, and reach all the way over towards the left. And again, you can trace side to side with the right toes, just feeling some length through that right hip. Maybe right side body, you might experience a sensation there. Then start to let the right hand ground, walk the hands towards the front left corner of the mat. Still long back of the right leg. You might even just shift the hip back or find a little bit different. So play with the position of the hips here, but keep it integrated. And then start to bend in the right knee, frame the right foot, tuck the left toes, lift the left foot all the way up, standing splits. Right foot is grounded. And again, finding some movement. It feels good to floss it out. Maybe that's Shiva, left knee, right calf. As a stretch, maybe you open up the hips when you lift that foot back up and high. And then both feet to meet, forward fold, top of the mat. Sit the hips low, chair pose. Squeezing the inner thighs, even if they're not touching, you might have your feet hips with distance, they might be touching. Belly in, hip points lift, neutral pelvis, soft shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Full exhale, stay. Inhale, lift tall. This time, right hand drops, left fingertips reach over to the right. Feel the side body really move down through the left foot. Inhale brings you right back up through center. Opposite side. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, deep breath in. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, option to flow anyway, or skip. Downward facing dog. Beautiful team. Now notice where the body's at. Notice how it feels. Notice what's open, what still feels closed. Notice how we're integrated, intentional. Right? Not just out of habit, we're intentional. It might be different. So we talk about oneness not being sameness, and that's for us too, day to day. It's not the same. Take a deep breath in. Full deep breath out. Good. Inhale, sweep the right leg high. Exhale, step the right foot through low lunge, then come all the way up to crescent pose. So crescent pose, really pressing down through the back foot. Again, thinking about those hip points up. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face, mostly just because I'm a cracked egg. You guys know the bell is rung. No, we want that quiet bell. This is like all I can think about is a quiet bell. I'm like, good. Good, no bells are ringing here. Take an inhale. That same thing, keep the belly integrated, but you might feel a little bit more of a lift in the chest as you bend your elbows on that exhale. Inhale, reach up. Notice how much more of a stretch through the quad, right? Exhale, find another one. Yeah, I love this song. Inhale, reach tall. Then open up, warrior two. Feel feel it out, maybe open up or floss out through that front right hip. And then inhale, reverse it. Reach the right fingertips up and back. And on your exhale, find that supported side angle. Right elbow, right thigh. Spin the left thumb towards the back, so towards the back of the mat, and then find a half bind. So half bind here. Reaching that left hand for that right hip. Maybe you start to let the right fingertips float a little bit closer down towards the mat. So it's not, we do want to keep our chest open, but a lot of times it's taught to where our chest is open or we don't bind. That's not true. We'll come back to the bind. We want our shoulders to be in an integrated position. Take another deep breath in. Deep breath out. Then inhale, reverse triangle. You can reach or you can release the half bind or keep it here, but straighten out through that right leg. Give it a break. Good. And then exhale, hands to mat. Frame the right foot. Send the right foot high. Inhale here, open up. So really open up the hip. Floss it out. Again, giving our right leg a break. Good. Inhale, three-legged dog. We're coming right back to our right foot. Step that right foot up. Right thumb. Pivot halfway to the left. Then really settle into a skandasana left side. Right toes can point up towards the sky. Maybe right hand lifts. I just feel a nice release to the right hip when I reach the right hand all the way over towards the left. Totally up to you. What feels good, what feels authentic, what's for you. Yeah, boo, good option. Then walk back towards the front of the mat. Frame the right foot. Send the left foot high, standing splits. Good. This time, on my count, exhale, left knee, right calf, Shiva squat, pull it in. Feel the belly. Inhale, send the left foot high. Two more. Exhale, Shiva, pull it in. Feel that fire. Inhale, send it back. Last one. Exhale, pull it in, nice and tight. Inhale, release, send it up, and exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Find a halfway lift. Inhale here. Exhale, fold. All the way up. Deep breath in, sweep it high. Maybe feel that baby back bend. Belly on. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, deep breath in. Exhale, plant the hands. Option to flow, downward facing dog. Back to the breath. Left side here. Inhale, sweep the left leg high. Exhale, take it through low lunge, knee and crescent pose. Same thing, pressing through the back of the foot. Really feel the length through the quad. As we're here, we're lifting that pelvis up. Exhale, bend in the elbows. Keep the integration in the belly. Yeah, good team. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, integration, lift the chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Floss it out, give yourself some space, maybe readjusting the feet. Good, inhale, reverse it. Left fingertips come high, right fingertips trace low. And exhale here, supported side angle, left elbow, left thigh, right fingertips up. Then spin that right thumb back. Back of the right hand reaches for the left hip. Just roll that right shoulder back. Find that half bind. You might extend the left fingertips down towards the mat. Maybe compressing a little bit. So getting a little bit more flexion in that left hip. That's good. That's fine. Just let it feel good. No crunchy or creak in that left hip, right? Good. Take another deep breath in. Stay here for the exhale. Just experience it. Then maybe keeping the half bind. Inhale, reverse triangle. Just release the left leg. Yeah, feel the space here. Hands to mat, framing the left foot. Send the left foot high. Inhale here, open it up. Big bend in the left knee. Floss it out a bit. The next inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Left foot, left thumb, step it up. Pivot halfway to the right, and then finding your skandasana on the right side. Left fingertips can lift. Maybe they reach forward. I saw some of you guys do that. Take what feels good, release that left hip as we've been in flexion. Then left hand comes back down to the mat, pivot back towards the front of the mat, frame the left foot, standing splits, right leg high. Exhale, Shiva, right knee, left calf, pull it in. Feel the round in the spine, belly on. Inhale, send it up. Exhale, Shiva pulse. Good, last one. Inhale, send it up. Exhale, Shiva, pull it in. Then just send it back just to release. And right foot meets left foot, forward fold. This time it's different. Sit the hips low. Come into our chair. Good, you guys, hands to heart center. Meet me here, squeeze the inner thighs, take a deep breath in. Exhale, yeah, twist over to the left. Right elbow can be left thigh or right elbow can be inner right thigh. That works too. It's just here for a full round of breath. Take an inhale. Long spine, exhale, find length. Good, inhale back through center. Opposite side, exhale, left elbow, right thigh or right or left inner thigh. Take an inhale. Lengthen the spine, exhale, twist. Inhale back through center, pause, stay here for the exhale, then stand tall, release it, inhale lift. Right away, exhale, come all the way back down. Halfway lift, deep breath in. Exhale, plant the hands, option to flow, meaning a downward facing. We're going to tie a little bit more together. For that heart opening intention, that heart opening adjustment, heart opening, really anything. Good team. Come back to the breath and downward facing dog. Next inhale, send the right leg high. Exhale, take it through low lunge. Inhale, press it right away. Just one, bend in the elbows, exhale here. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, open up warrior two. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, supported side angle. Find any bind that feels good to you. Now, we've got about 3 breaths. If you need to close the chest off towards the mat, that's okay. To kind of wiggle, find the flexion in the right hip. Wiggle that right shoulder sort of closer to the knee crease. Then you reach the right hand for that left hand where the thumb is pointing down. So myth, right? Myth that our chest needs to be completely open. No, that can pull on your shoulders a bit. The chest can be slightly pointed down. Just drag the right hip crease back. Take a deep breath in. Full exhale. Release the bind. Inhale, reverse triangle. Take the hands long and wide and open. Release that right hip. Feel the flexion release. Good. Exhale, hands to mat. Frame the right foot. Send the right foot high. Deep breath in. Open stag. Big bend in the right knee. Release it. Then step it right back through on an exhale. Listen, this time pivot all the way to the left, but keep going. Frame the left foot. Frame the left foot. Send the right foot high. Inhale here. Standing splits. Just 2 Shivas. Exhale, right knee, left calf. Pull it in. Good. Inhale, send it back. One more. Exhale, pull it in. Good. Inhale, send it high. Feet to meet. Right foot meets the left. Sit low. It's different though. Right foot is down. Left knee comes up with you. One-legged Tadasana. Pause. Pause. And then send that left foot forward. Really engage through the left quad. Breathe. On your inhale, bend in the knee. Bring it high. Send it back. Exhale, lunge. Hands can come down to the mat. We're setting up for warrior 1. If you feel kind of confident in stepping that foot back like skis, so you're not on a tightrope like skis. Yeah, good, Chelsea. Send the hands high, chest broad. Perfect. Left toes can kind of fan slightly out if you feel like you're really having to work for that, fan them slightly out. Yeah, hip points forward. Take a deep breath in. Big deep breath out. Interlace all 10 fingers behind the low back. Roll the shoulders back, broad chest, but still the integration. Still pulling that pelvis up, belly on. And then exhale, humble. We just have 2 breaths in humble. I can only take about 2 breaths, so that's my max. Keep rolling those shoulders back and then letting the head hang heavy, but roll the shoulders back. Then on your second exhale, just let the hands come down low. Inside of the right foot, you're just gonna step that left foot up. you're in Malasana, sit the hips low, sway side to side. Good, team. And then another release. So strategic releases are important, right? Start to send the hips high, moving the feet in towards one another. Step the right foot back, lower the right knee down. We're going for a lizard lunge quad stretch. So your, what am I talking about? Left hand is going to be reaching for your right foot and reach for that quad stretch. Pull it in here. Hopefully this should feel really good because we were just accessing a lot through that right leg. You might let the hips settle a little bit. You might shift forwards and backwards just to figure out where it feels best in the right quad. You might kick the foot into the hand a little bit more. Good, team. Yeah, you said the water bottle. Sands blocks. You got that long leg. Go ahead and slowly start to release the foot here, hands back down to the mat. And then you're just gonna step the left foot back to meet the right. Option to flow here, option to flow. Just facing the back of the mat. Good, deep breath in. This, I'm hoping, I might jinx it, but the speaker might carry us through. Send the left foot high, deep breath in. Left foot, left thumb, step up. Inhale, it's your crescent. Just one, exhale, bend in the elbows. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse it, reach the left fingertips up and back. Exhale, supported side angle, 3 breaths for the bind of your choice. So I have really, like I've told you guys, I have really short arms, so I have to really work my left shoulder down, and really reach with the right fingertips. Now, I can capture it, right foot forward, left foot forward, there's no way I'm getting into a full bind. So if you find yourself in a similar position as me, just work for that half bind. Work for a little bit of depth. If it doesn't feel good in the shoulders, skip it all together. Go ahead, one more exhale here. Inhale, reverse triangle, feel the release. Reach up and back, really lengthen through the left hip crease. Yeah, send it forward. Exhale, hands to mat. Frame the left foot. Walk all the way back towards the front of the mat. Framing the right foot, send the left foot high, standing splits. Just 2, Shiva, exhale here. Inhale, send it high. Exhale, Shiva. Inhale, send it high. Left foot meets the right. Exhale, sit the hips low. Right leg comes with you. One-legged Tadasana, stand tall. Send the right leg forward. Feel the quad fire. Good, feel the quad fire. Beautiful. Eric, we're the other way. Turn around for me. It's okay, I confused you guys. Good, now send it all the way back, step back. It's that warrior one setup. Send the fingertips high. Good, then hands behind the back on the exhale. Broad chest, rolling the shoulders back, intentional. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold. 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands down to the mat. Inside of the left foot, step the right foot outside of the right hand. Sit low. Shifting side to side. Let hips come high. Let the head hang heavy. You're stepping your left foot back. Left knee grounds. Right hand captures left foot if you're reaching and going for that quad stretch. I'm pretty sure we're on an opposite leg. Like 90%. That's how most yoga teachers are. They're like 90%. We're just about 90% all the time. We're like, yep. exhale, step through lunge. Pause here, spin the back foot down, and maybe you're coming into that full bind. Where we're going, just so you know, is birds of paradise. So maybe coming into that full bind, reaching for that left hand, gaze is down. You're going to get light, you're going to ground down in the right foot, get light in the left, and then slowly start to hop the left foot up to where your toes are pointing towards the front of the mat. You're still in that full bind. If you're not here, that's fine. Just coming towards the front. Yeah. And then really grounding down through the left foot as you stand tall. Press in, press in, press in. So remember that quad engagement we did in that one-legged Tadasana? That's what you need for that right foot. So really engage and press through the right foot. Send it forward. Yeah. Really root down through that left foot. Feel it. Good, team. Yes. Use the quad engagement. Use that quad engagement. And then when you're ready, slow release back down to the mat. Again, hands come down, find a forward fold. Step the right foot back. Right knee lowers, maybe just one lizard lunge, maybe a quad stretch, maybe just sending the hips forward. So just letting the hips really settle in. You can kind of release some of that integration just to lengthen out through the right hip crease. Allow it to soften after that much flexion. Then start to meet me in downward facing dog for the opposite side. You can take a flow in between. You have time, you have the breath. And sending the left foot high, left foot, left thumb. Spin the back heel down and find your variation of a bind. Now, if no bind, you're like, nah, but I want to do something. You might even find an open. You might find a half moon pose, right? You can take a half bind and a half moon pose. So you can work on that left leg. If you're working for that birds of paradise on this side, find the bind. Yeah, root down through that left foot. Now it's tricky because when you get to the front of the mat, you have to change the weight into your right foot. Get really light into your left foot. Stand up. Use that like you're coming into one-legged Tadasana. We've been here. Then fire up through the quad. Really kick that foot out and up. Still integrating down through that standing leg.
What are you supposed to do with your arms?
Yeah, if your arms are short.
Well, I mean, how do you get into this bind? We started here.
Yep.
And then,
So you're coming in, you're working this left shoulder. In. Yep, there you go. Now reach your right fingertips up. Spin that thumb down. And then if you work in, then you're starting to push back underneath. Now with this side, I can't actually attach my fingertips, so you're right there. Perfect. Now you think about rooting down through this, step that right foot forward up to it if you can get there. So it's like, yeah, it's a lot of work, but see, that is still work. That's still it. That's your bind. We stay there, we work there. Good, team. And you'll find that quad stretch on the other side, so if you haven't already, that left foot is back, you might let the hips settle. So we'll work on that, we'll stop to that. So it's a big flexion, right? It's more flexion than you think. Because a lot of people teach binds like this. I'm like, who can do that? You've got to have really long arms. Your shoulders are kind of out of place because you're having to roll it back. You have to find some flexion into your binds, right? Work around what we're given. I have to like move my boobs around. I'm just gonna say it. Sorry guys. I gotta move like the soft tissue around to get into those things. Okay, got a little bit more. I told you integrating the pieces from last night. I was like, I'm gonna create a flow. It's gonna make sense. And then we're gonna come all the way down to your bellies. Come all the way down to your bellies. This is part of what Katie taught, but we're gonna add some more into it because it's that part opening, that's that front line lengthening. You're gonna start to tee out through the legs, tee out through the arms, palms face down. Starting with the left heel coming in towards your left glute, and then rock and roll over to the right. Your left fingertips, I like to use my left fingertips to actually support me and help me roll over to the right. Right cheek can be down on the mat, but those left toes come outside the right leg. We're looking through a big opening through the right shoulder. Beautiful, team, breathe. That oneness. We learn every single day. travels and carries with us. It's in our bodies, our breath, our energy. And that seems like an obvious thing, right? But for me, it was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I never thought about it that way. No matter where we are, we have these tools. There's not much we can say that about. We have these tools to soften, to release the competition, to come back into that oneness, that wholeness. Slowly start to roll back towards center. Maybe windshield wiper the feet side to side if you need some sort of release here. It could be in the lower back a bit. And then taking the opposite side, so right heel in towards the right glute, coming over towards the left hip. Looking for the stretch to the front of the left shoulder. Freedom, right? We don't have to remember to pack this. We don't have to remember to put it on our list. It doesn't have to fit in our carry-on. It's just with us. What an amazing thing. And it lives outside of the poses. It lives outside of the four walls or the four corners of our mats. It shows up in different ways. It can just be our breath. It can be our demeanor. It can be the tools of how we walk through life. And slowly start to come back through center, staying on our bellies here. Now again, totally optional, but the body may be warm for this. We're going to start to pull both heels in towards our knees. Reaching our hands back for either the tops of the feet or the ankles. You might get a little bit more leverage if you're holding onto the ankles, but it seems further away. Before we go anywhere, think about squeezing the inner thighs like we're in chair. So we don't want our knees or feet to pull apart. Roll the shoulders back like we did in Humble Warrior, and then start to kick the feet into the hands, coming into your variation of bow pose. Now, if you're like me, you're pretty much flat on the mat, but it's still work. It's still work. Lengthening through the quads, really pulling yourself up and in, or just be here. Feel the movement. Yeah, Salavasana is a variation, it's a modification, it's work. Take one more full round of breath. On your exhale, slow release. Taking the hands underneath the cheek or the forehead, and windshield wiper the feet just intentionally side to side, slowly using the breath. Release the low back. And we have one more just like that. You'll take 2 to 3 breaths if you want. If not, if it feels good just to be on your belly right now, be on your belly. Find your way there if you like. If you like, another one. And then slowly start to meet me on the belly if you're in your bow pose. Bow pose, not bow pose. Very different. And then you're slowly, gently, however you'd like, just start to roll onto your backs. You're already there. Notice the legs long, maybe the arms down by your side. Notice how it feels to be in your belly right now. Or in your belly, in your body. She's losing her mind. You can breathe through your belly. You can feel your belly. And then gentle twist, one side then the other. I'll offer you your supine twist, right knee in towards your chest. Squeeze it in, guiding it all the way over towards the left. If it might feel better to have both knees together and taking both knees over to the left, great. right arm reaching way out towards the right. If you have your left hand on top of the right knee in a supine twist, just pull that left hip underneath you, give you a little bit more of a spinal twist if that feels comfortable. Again, cat pole is always an option. That's right hand to left foot if you want a little bit more in the quad. It shows up in the quad for most people. Just breathe. Slowly start to unwind after your second round of breath coming onto your back. And just switching sides, so left knee in towards the chest, guiding it all the way over to the right. And that cat pole, remember, it's an option, but it's not necessary if it doesn't serve you. Deep breaths in, deep full breaths out. Two more here. Slowly starting to unravel after your second round of breath. An opportunity to take any other restorative posture that might feel good and authentic to you. It could be maybe a supine figure 4 on one side or the other. If you need a little bit of release there, maybe a happy baby, maybe legs up the wall, but taking about 4 or 5 breaths to explore the body. And whenever you're ready, even if it's before those 4 or 5 breaths, maybe even a little bit longer than those 4 or 5 breaths, you'll start to come into your final resting pose for a few moments together. to turn around on the mat, we're facing the perfect direction. Slowly coming up to a comfortable seat when you feel ready, when it's time, keeping the eyes closed off. Bring your hands to heart center, maybe bowing the forehead down in gratitude. Send the gratitude inwards for this constant work on something that comes with us, one of the only things that just comes with us, tools to just live more holy, more present. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Tuesday fam.
Thank you, Brad.
My solid Tuesday fam. Let me know if you have any questions or anything doesn't feel good in the body, or if it did feel good in the body. I will say, so the way that we came to Birds of Paradise is one of like the hardest ways to come to it, because you actually have to step your foot forward, but you can step it up and then come into your bind, but it's still, you got to think about still that flexion to really drive the shoulder underneath and then reach it over and back, right? So some people will cue, and I'm not saying that it's wrong, but some people will cue roll the shoulder open. But if you think about when you're coming into a bind, it's natural for the internal rotation. You see my shoulder there? It's natural to have the internal rotation on the upper shoulder. So if internal rotation doesn't actually feel good in your shoulder, then binds may not be for you. But it's almost impossible to roll that shoulder back. And I think what a lot of people mean is just broad chest. So you think broad chest, long spine, but we talk about that through practice the whole time. So know that it takes time to figure out your body and work around what you've got, you know, big thighs, things like that. But any questions, let me know. Obviously, I'm not a perfect teacher, but we can figure it out together. End up in all different directions. What did you say?